Here is your podcast.
You know, I've been doing this show 9 years. In the beginning, it was great. I got to show up and just talk and leave. That was fantastic. But now Mex sends me this theme song, tells me to put my own voice in it. Lily shows up. She doesn't produce a goddamn thing. All she does is laugh, turn around, and go home. The only thing I don't wind up doing for this show is listen to it. That's your fucking job. Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt, 40-year-old boy podcast here from my house where there are fans on, and I'm going to talk in a halting manner the entire episode. Seems weird, right? But again, I will tell you this: they're because it's hot as always. Well, it's not really hot here. I got to be honest with you. It's temperate right now outside. It's a decent climb, if I may say so.
Temperature in Burbank.
Are you literally Siriing the temperature? Why don't you just go to your weather app? Well, it's 70 degrees in Burbank, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the hour. It's 7:48 p.m. It's a nighttime record here in Burbank. It's 70 degrees outside. You are listening to Mike Schmidt and Lily Von Stupp in a living room or a bedroom or wherever the fuck we are. I can't even decide. That's Lily over there laughing. Let's get to that. Well, we'll get to that in a second. But first, I will tell you that the fans are on, and I've had the fans on a couple of weeks. The reason the fans are on is because I cannot open the windows here at my house, my apartment, because people will walk by and they get this fucking show for free. Fuck those assholes, huh? You better pony up some cash. You want to hear me talking? You want to sit up and fucking take notice? I don't want you fucking go under here and get this free ass content for free a day early. See, that's the thing you don't understand. This is pay for play. This is pay to play content on Tuesday, but on Thursday it's free. So if you guys were to come to my house right now and watch me do this, you would all have to pay $5. That's the way it works. But over the 2 days, I mellow out because every Tuesday when I record it, I'm like, fuck, that was a good show. I'm going to charge for that. And then by the time Thursday comes along, that show fucking blew. Give it away for free. That's literally the way it works at Mike Schmidt Enterprises. So the fans are on it. And people out there are just like, dude, look, the eye on that is fucked up. You see the eye? I'm so mad at that. Like, I want to send it back, and then I don't because I already got it. Here's the thing, folks. Because, as you know, I'm flush with Kuwaiti cash. That's who I am as a guy. As we talked about last week. And by the way, we talked about going to Kuwait. Did I mention that? Well, not we. We aren't going. Don't snap his head off. Dude, that fucking cost me like $8. So I have on this desk, I have I have a Hulk, I have a Batgirl, I have a Tarantino, courtesy of Ben Tahia. And then I had I have a Travis Bickle, sent to me by Robert or Travis. Somebody sent it. God damn it, I feel like a dumb fuck. Whoever sent me Travis Bickle is awesome, and now, of course, my name has failed. But I think it was a Robert. Could it have been Robert Chaz Shoot? Famed author? Perhaps it was. Perhaps it was Terry? Terry, did you send it to me? Now it's fucking romper room. Now I just got a fucking empty mirror, and I'm shouting out fucking names. Oh, man, I just found out a dude who's like a friend of ours of the show, Chris Cade. He's our good friend. Chris had like a fucking stroke or something. We used to have another guy who listened to the show, a guy named John, and he had like a heart thing happening. What the fuck's happening to you people out there? Take care of yourselves, for fuck's sake. God damn it, I can't outlive you guys. That would be fucking sad. Don't you want to stick around for the fucking end of this? You guys got to hear this thing end with me dying, and then you're all fucking happy, right? Well, you're not happy that I died, but you're happy you got to the end, probably. But Johnny Waltz was our guy, and his wife, Kelly, I think. They were in Kansas City. They came to see me in Kansas City, I know that. And he had I see you spinning. I see you rolling. They hating. So I'll get to that in a second. You're forcing me. So anyway, I don't even, and I think last I saw, like, John and Kelly weren't my friends anymore. Like, they bailed on me. And then, so whenever that happens, because they very active in the beginning days of the show, they came to see me in Kansas City. They talked about coming to see me in Austin, and or they may have even seen me in Austin. And they were like really great. And I used to correspond with them a lot. And then all of a sudden, one day I was just like, hey, I don't think I've heard from John in a while. Went to his page, unfriended. Went to Kelly's page, unfriended. Want nothing to do with me. I don't know. What I don't know. I talked. I said something fucking dumb. Eventually, stick around. I'm going to get to the thing that bothers you and you're going to fucking bail. We all know that. We've decided that, right? We all know that if you just stick around this long, at some point, I'm going to say something stupid where you write me and just go, hey, maybe you shouldn't use that word. What the fuck are you talking about? I invented like cluster. What was the word? Stripple. I invented that word. And didn't I invent something else like a head fuck or whatever? I don't know. I came up with some word. Who knows? I know I invented a Han Solo, which was a male camel toe. I invented that and never caught on. God, I'm so mad about it. But I know I said something once and everybody was just like, holy Jesus. But yeah, so I mean, so stick around. Eventually I'm going to say that thing that gets you to fucking jump off a goddamn building. I don't know if I have that kind of power. Remember one time I told everybody to take their bus off, or their shirt off on the bus and yell my name? That would have been awesome. I'm like this weird cult leader with no cult. I'm like a cult leader who leads nobody. I got nobody at all listening to me, but that's fine. Huh?
Ding dong.
Ding dong, shouting into the void. Remember Ding Dong? That was great. We did that for a while. That was fun. Then I fucking forgot about that. And you're dirt. That used to be something. Now it's just on a fucking pile of shirts in my room, and it means nothing to anybody. Now, I bet half the fucking people listening are like, I have no fucking clue what that was. I didn't even know what you were talking about. But it's because when I was vascular and yoked, just fucking monstrous. All right. Still am, by the way. I went to, where did I go? I was out with John the other day. John made me a meal plan. Fuck, well, dudes. We're kicking it into fucking high gear. But before we get into that, let's talk about the desk, because Lily's playing with all my stuff. So we had a pass of guys. Like I said, we got a Travis, we got a Tarantino, we got a Backer, we got a Hulk from Jamie. I got a Satan's Angel beer from my friend Lily, and then we had a couple of Jokers here, also from Jamie, and then one from Ben. And so those Jokers were here, and then I was like, I went on the Amazon the other day using the 40-year-old boy Amazon link, which everybody loves, and I went on there, and there were some more Jokers, like more little big head Joker guys. So I bought the Suicide Squad Joker and the Dark Knight Joker, which I did not have. So now I have an Arkham Asylum Joker, a 66 Batman TV series Joker. I got a Dark Knight Joker, and I got a Suicide Squad Joker. Suicide Squad Joker's got all the tattoos, and he's wearing Arkham sweatpants, which I like. So now we're surrounded by Jokers. I should say there's clowns to the left of me, and then there's Jokers to the right, certainly. I'm not surrounded by Jokers, but they're here. So you can't get past it. And I'm just stuck in the middle with you guys. So they're here. But Lily's playing with them. She's like spinning their heads. And I didn't even check, while we're talking, I'll do this. I don't think, their heads do move. I never even knew their heads moved until I took Suicide Squad Joker out of the box today. And then his head moved, and I was like, dude, that's awesome. And then the rest of them, I guess all their heads move now. Little Dark Knight guy does too. Yeah, he does. Dark Knight guy's eye is fucked up. It's pissing me off. Oh, Arkham does. He moves too. I see. I haven't even moved his head. Anyway, so look. Did you see that there's like a little imperfection in his eye? And in my head, I was like, man, I should send that shit back, because these are like collectibles, and that shit gets taken seriously. But then part of me was like, I am not that fucking guy, am I? Did I turn into him? Holy Jesus. I can't be the guy who's like, hey, I think my Joker doll has a cataract. Can you give me back my $8? Or replace it, please? Or please get some fucking 9 kids in China a paintbrush so they can paint his eye properly? Fuck, Jesus Christ. You know what? If you're going to keep those kids out of school, make them paint the eyes right, you motherfuckers.
Oh.
I'm being serious. You're going to chain a kid to a table, you better make sure he paints those eyeballs correctly. Or else, you know what? Send him back to the fucking sewing factory. Hey, kid, you like sticking your fucking fingers with pins? No? All right, then get back into the Joker factory and get that job done and paint that eyeball the right way. Otherwise, you're going to go back and make fucking iPod satchels or whatever the fuck they had them making. Well, they had them making iPods. Yeah, because it was little kids, because the little kid can only get his fingers inside the little back of the iPhone. When you're making iPhones, like it's like you get a big clunky, like, dude, I can't even fucking text. I couldn't build an iPhone. I couldn't work in a Chinese factory. I'd want to. Certainly I'd show up and I'd apply, because why not? That's what I'm doing now, basically. I was trying to explain to somebody, I think I've talked about it on here. I was talking to somebody in a fucking Uber, and I'm like, yeah, I go, I looked into bouncing and going back into fucking doing that, but also I'm old. I don't want anybody to fucking hit me anymore, and I don't want to hit anybody anymore. But at the same time, I still am a bouncer. It's just my nightclub got really fucking small.
Yep.
Like and it's a nightclub that I own, certainly, and I can get people to fuck out and tell them to go out, and I try not to do that anymore. I try to be a nice person. That's what I try to be. You know that about me, folks. Certainly, I will tell you this. I was told earlier, you're revving. And I said, I'm always revving. And then Lily just kind of smirked and laughed. But you told me I was revving, and I said, but I'm not mad. She's like, you're revving. I go, but I'm not mad. And she's like, yeah, no, I think maybe you are. And I'm like, I'm not. So we're surrounded by toys, which is good. I think that's the way it should be when you're 48, soon to be 49. And I tell people in the car started to ask, like, they want to talk about like what I do, and I'm just like, and I have a podcast, and they're like, oh, what's it called? And I said, The 40-Year-Old Boy. I go, are you 40? I said, I was when it started. I said, but I'll be 49 in a month. And they're like, oh my God, are you going to change the name to The 50-Year-Old Boy? I go, no. I said, it ends on the last night with a gunshot. That's exactly how it ends. I've said that all along, that this show will be all through my 40s, and then right at the end, it's just like a pow, you'll hear that, and then guess what? Time to reboot. Time to fall under the Scripps Media umbrella of podcasts, or whatever the fuck they got going on. Somebody posted that on my page. Was it Jamie? I think it might have been, or Jeff. I don't know. What the fuck am I doing? Why am I'm just saying fucking names. You know what's funny? Because I'm so mad. Like, because we have a relationship with people. They're nice to us and they're friendly. And I will tell a story a little later about how close we are with listeners, actually. But I went to I went to the page, and then there's people on there posting stuff. And our friend Liana Dixon ordered a shirt, and she ordered a mystery shirt. So I fished out a mystery shirt, which I think we've only got one left or two left, I think. Are you going to eat lemon drops during the show?
I am.
See, now part of me's like wants one now, but you're going to fucking eat them all, aren't you? You're going to finish them right in front of me. God damn it. Really? So I sent Leanna Dixon, and now look at how bad this is that I'm using this show as a way to bust her fucking balls, even though there's no reason to bust her balls. She's fucking beautiful. She sends us money every month. She donates to the show. She's great. And then she wound up buying like the download sets, I think, and she bought shirts. And she bought a fucking mystery shirt. How can you be mad at anybody for buying a mystery shirt? I'm not really mad, but here's the thing. I sent her the mystery shirt, and then I put a couple of extra things in there because I was like, I didn't know if she had this, and I didn't know if she had that, and so I just kind of stuffed the fucking envelope full. I'm like, here you go. And I've not heard a word. Like I haven't heard. She hasn't said it arrived, or I thank you, or I like you, or you're my friend, or nothing. She didn't say I hate it. Fuck you. I don't like any of this stuff. And which is weird because one of the things I sent was alive. So you'd think that she would actually contact me to confirm that it had arrived and everybody was okay. Although maybe she didn't find the alive thing yet. Maybe I rolled it up in the shirt and it's planted in there, and you will find it eventually when you put the shirt on. Will you ever put the shirt on? I don't know. But isn't that fucking bananas in my head where I'm like, I sent a fan something they bought and now I expect them to thank me? Like, what the fuck is that, dude? And I recognize the foolishness of that on its face, but at the same time, it doesn't stop me from, when it's dark going, hey man, I never heard from Liana. Like, I wonder if she got that shirt. Like, oh, fuck, I could call them post office. I got a fucking tracking number and all that shit, but it was more about a personal touch. It was more about her saying, hey, you know what? You give me a bunch of extra stuff. That's kind of cool. But that's stupid, right? I shouldn't put that kind of hang up on anybody. When you do something nice, you do it to be nice. You don't do it because, like, I'll tell you this. I was doing Uber on 4th of July, which was yesterday night. And I was out I was in the trenches. I was slogging. And I had to take some people from Woodland Hills to the Rose Bowl for fireworks. It's like a $30 ride, so I was happy to do it. And there was no traffic. It was fine. And these two girls, here's the thing. Here's the mistakes people make. Like, if you're going to a large event like that, just get out of my fucking car. Seriously, don't make me get into the soup. Because once I get into the soup, you can very easily walk away, and then I'm in the goddamn soup. I'm out here trying to earn some fucking money. Let me drop you in the corner, turn around and wheel, and you got to make 80 extra fucking steps? Take those 80 extra fucking steps. Knock me down a star if you must. Give me 4 stars. He made us walk 80 steps. 4 stars. I mean, I'll take that. That's actually one ass whooping I'll take. Because I just don't want to fucking sit in the soup. 90,000 people going to watch the fucking fireworks at the Rose Bowl, and these women are like, can you drive us right to our seats? No, I fucking can't. I don't know who you are, but get out of my fucking car, please. But they made me go into the soup, so I waded in, and you roll the windows down, and you try to talk to fucking people, and it's all those, look, I was a yellow jacket, okay, at the fucking concerts, that event staff, those dudes who wear the fucking, literally, they know nothing except if you sass them, they're going to punch you in the face. That's all they are. When you go there, it's a bunch of people making minimum wage, and it's when I worked, it was a bunch of UCLA football players who could not wait to climb into your fucking ass. That's all they wanted to do. We would work metal shows or anything with a mosh pit, and they'd be like, good, I'm going to fucking crack somebody in the skull tonight. And I'm just like, I don't understand that mentality at all. When in reality, I kind of do understand that mentality, but I try to pretend I was above it. Because you know why? I'll crack somebody in the skull if they deserve it. I don't want to anymore. As you mentioned, I was a bouncer and I don't want to be that anymore. But if somebody comes up to me and hits me, or when the guy punched me at Everlast. God damn it. Did I tell this story in here? I did, right? Just some motherfucker smoking where the fuck he was doing. And I kept going, hey, you can't, hey. And they just wheeled on me, punched me in the face. So I fucking put him in a half Nelson. And I kicked his legs out from under him and I landed on top of the stairs. Hey, enjoy those broken ribs, you fuck. Because you just got a mountain of Mike flesh crashing down on your fucking back. And I heard every last breath go out of you. Ooh, yeah, that's right, pain. I don't want to hurt anybody, folks, but I have. My point is I have. And if I have to, I will. But I don't want to, right? Nobody wants to hurt anybody. I don't think there's anybody out there who's just actively thinking, God damn it, I can't wait to hurt somebody today. No, actually, there's probably a lot of people out there thinking that, sure. But I don't think mass shooters are like, I cannot wait to hurt people. I think they're all fucking bananas. They're like, I'm going to go do this thing, and they're not really thinking about the killing part of it, I don't think. They're just like, I'm going to be on the news. Can't wait. Like, I refuse to believe that Sandy Hook guy woke up in the morning and went, I'm going to go kill 20 kids. I mean, that's just fucking bananas. Well, he went and did it, certainly. But he had to be in some kind of fucking bananas trance where he thought he was like Ripley in Aliens and he was just shooting a bunch of attacking monsters, right? He had to be that guy. I guess I'd be bad on a jury. I give these guys the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, well, there's no way this guy meant to kill 20 kids. Yes, but he killed 20 kids. I understand that, but I cannot. You know why? Because I can't fathom the leap to that sort of evil. I mean, it's just, I have regrets when I fucked that, I tuned that dude up at the fucking House of Blues and his blood like ran down his forehead and I'm just like, I cried. I was sad. Did Sandy Hook cry? I don't think he did. I think that guy was just walking around, and because I think when it was over, well, he shot himself, right? Did he shoot himself or did they get him? I think he was torn apart by children, like Montgomery Clift. I think he was. I think, you know what? Because I tell you what, you know what stops a bad guy with a gun? 20 good children without guns. They just fucking swarm right at you. 40 good children with guns, because you get the first 20, but the next wave of 20 tackles you and takes you out. The first 20 gets finished, and it just turns out that it's a mess. What the next 20 are just trying not to slip in anything so they can get to you and tear you to fucking pieces. Wow. It's the truth. That's what stops a bad guy with a gun. 40 good children without guns. The first 20 are getting cut down. I got to tell you, if you're in the 40 children group, make sure you're in the back. That's all I'm going to tell you. If there's one bad guy with a gun and you're 40 children in a mob scene, just discreetly, you're not like a chicken. You still want to get your licks in, but maybe you hesitate. Just let somebody else fucking totally go Braveheart and be the first guy to go pick a fight, because they're going to get cut down, and then you are going to swoop up and be a hero because you and your other 19 compadres who stayed in the back smartly are going to take that dude apart with his AR-15, and you're just going to leave him laying there, and everybody's going to be like, "Oh my God, you guys are heroes." See, that's the difference. Everybody wants to be first in line. Fuck that. Everybody wants to sit in the front row. Fuck that. Heroes sit in the back. That's the difference, man. That is totally the difference between being a hero and being a victim. Line placement. I usually, in my head, I'm like, I want to be boarding group A when I get on Southwest Airlines. Fuck that, man. I'm going to go C from now on. Boarding group C, it seems like that's what you got to do. You got to lag in the back. It's like when I would be in high school. I'd just sit in the back seat, man, way in the back. I was in the fucking back row. And I just gravitate to back rows. I just do. It's because I'm an ass man. I'm in everything, man. I can't even lie about that. Like, I can't be like, oh my God, I love asses, because I do, and I fucking do. But I mean, I love everything. I mean, I'm a whole package dude, right? That's the whole deal. I don't even know how the fuck that wound up happening. Do you know how we got here?
I have no clue.
Well, how did we get here? Well, the days have gone by, certainly, while I've been talking. Well, we talked about the Jokers. Well, yeah, because that fucking Chinese kid fucked up the eye. Yeah, that's what led us to this. Yeah. You know what? Send Sandy Hook over to fucking China and teach those kids a lesson for fucking up my goddamn action figure. I'll tell you what, motherfuckers. You want to go ahead and fuck the eye up on my Joker? Here's hello. Say hello to Sandy Hook as he walks in. Take those first 20 out, because I'm sure they're the ones, because that's it is. The guys who sat in the front in the factory, who got pinned to the fucking, the first tables, they're supposedly like the star pupils. Fuck that. They're jagoffs. They fucking ruined the eye in my Joker. Sent Sandy Hook over there to take him out. Was the guy named Sandy Hook? I think he was, wasn't he? Oh. I think he was. Holy Jesus. It just cut these. I just can't fathom that sort of evil. I just can't. It's just, I have to, I gotta tell you this story. It's so stupid. And again, it's not even a story. It's an anecdote. It's not even an anecdote. It's a sentence, maybe. I was driving Uber last night. It was Uber Pool. And it was 4th of July, man. Everybody was fucked. Oh, I didn't even finish that fucking story. So I got to drop those idiots off, right? So they get me in the soup, and I got to fucking talk to the guys in the yellow vests, right? And I'm like, hey, dude, where do I go? What do I do? And they're just like, you got to go to gate 8A to drop Ubers. And I'm like, okay. I'm not even joking. I'm at gate A when he tells me this. And there is nothing but a sea of fucking taillights. And little kids with sparklers and snakes. Like, that's all it. And I'll tell you what, I don't like sparklers and snakes. That ain't what it takes to love me. You fool. Stupid. So I'm in the soup and I'm driving, and I just want to go, ladies, get the fuck out of my car. Like, because it happens all the time. There are people, I'll go, hey, is this your house? They go, no, it's actually the next one. Oh, well then, queen, should I pull the fuck up and drive you right into your goddamn fucking living room? Is that what you want? Yeah. Well, I guess if you're paying for the privilege, you got to pay me those 2 cents, you fucking hump. Get out and walk 8 steps, you lazy fuck. Now, look, by the way, I do take people to the door as much as I possibly can. But sometimes I'll pull up and I'll pull over and I go, is this close? We're here, right? Because the GPS will say yes. They go, actually, it's next door. And I understand that impulse, but at the same time, I want to turn into the werewolf Dan Aykroyd from Twilight Zone the movie and tear Albert Brooks apart. Like, I'm just like, I don't get it. It's like, get out, go walk, take 7. You just got a free ride for nothing. I'm a human rickshaw. I just dropped you the fuck off. You're going to make me now burn that much gas to go another foot? But they do. People do. So these ladies were very intent on getting right up to their seats in the Rose Bowl. And I said to them, because when we pulled up, we were half mile from the Rose Bowl at the entrance. So I kept rolling down the window, and I go to the yellow coats. I'm like, hey, I got to drop an Uber person off. Yeah, keep moving. It's down there. They don't fucking know where it is. They're just telling me to keep moving because they're trying to keep traffic moving. They don't give a fuck where I'm going or anything. They don't want to help. So I continue to drive, and I'm rolling, and I'm moving. Every yellow coat I'm asking, keep going. Go ahead. Yeah, it's right down there. So I'm at gate A, and then there's 1A, 2A, 3A, and it's not like they're right next door to one another, man. I'm going to go all the way around to the other side of the fucking Rose Bowl, and I'm like, dude. So as I'm driving, I was a half mile from the Rose Bowl. Now I'm like a mile and 8 7/10 or whatever the fuck from. And I said to them, I go, we are just getting farther away. As long as you know that. I go, I don't mind going wherever you'd like me to go. Would you want me to go out and bring you back around, or? And she's like, no, it's okay. I don't know where we should go. And then her one friend said, no, we can go out. Let's just go out right here. But now I'm in a fucking traffic jam. Like, you could have gotten out fucking 10 minutes ago and saved me this fucking hell, but instead, no, we got to get our fucking asses driven right to our goddamn seats because we're fucking queens on the 4th of July, whatever the fuck. So I drive them and I drop them and they leave, and then I have to escape. And it's Pasadena. Like I said, 90,000 people going to the motherfucking Rose Bowl. And I finally make it out of the soup, and then I exit, and I got to go up and around and through Brand and Central and go, and I get on the freeway. And I make it because I don't want to be there because luckily they got there at like 6:15. I drove them there because it was about to get bad. You just saw millions of people pulling in. So I drove away. I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here immediately. So I keep going, and I pull over at a Ralph's, and my phone rings, and it's an Uber number, and that's never good. I know anytime Uber is calling me, because they'll send me dumb texts and shit, but anytime I get that call, it means the last passenger is calling me. So I instinctively, I turn around, and there's an iPhone sitting right there on the back seat. So I grab it, and she had actually called that first, but I didn't hear it. And so I pick up the phone, and she says, hello, yes, is this Michael? It is. Yes, we were just in your car going to the Rose Bowl for the fireworks. I have your phone. And you went and dropped us off, and we were going to go to gate 8A, but instead we went ahead and got out early. Yes, I have your phone. And we were going to go and walk, and you were wondering about exactly where to drop us. I have your phone. Okay, and we were thinking about possibly getting to our seats early, so that's why we got out of your car early, because we understood there was a traffic jam. Yes, I have your phone. Okay, so the thought I was having was I was really in a rush to get out of your car. I have your phone. And I don't know if I was going to be someone who was going to be forgetting something, but unbelievably, I have your phone. What did you say? I have your phone. Oh, you have my phone? Yes, I have your phone. Oh, okay. Well, can you bring it over? No, I cannot bring it over. Oh, well, I don't know. I don't understand. Well, I said, there are 90,000 people at the Rose Bowl watching fireworks, and I'm working. I'm driving, and if I go there, I will get caught up in it, and there's no way. I don't know where you are yet, but you'll have to come out of the stadium. You'll have to meet me somewhere, and I can't. I'm working. Oh, well, I do have to get to my phone. I said, I totally understand that. What I can do is I can give you my phone number, and you can text me like all night long, and I'll text you, but I think it's going to be very busy because it is a holiday, and I'll keep you posted on whatever I'm going to do. Oh, okay, well, that is very nice, thank you. And I gave her my number. And then, this is creepy. It looked creepy to me after I did it, like I wasn't even thinking. She's like, okay, well, I will go ahead and send a text, and so you know that it is me, and then you will have my number. I said, great. So she sends the text, and it just says, hi, Mike. And I just wrote, hey there. I sent it back, and I'm like, wait a minute. How fucking weird is that? Why not just like, hello, this is Mike, or anything like that? No, hey there. And ellipses, you fuck. Hey there, you fuck. You left your fucking phone in my goddamn car. What the fuck's your problem, man? I should have texted that back, but I did not. So then I drove all night, and it was crazy. Like, there were surges and all sorts of stuff. I made really good money, but she kept texting me throughout the night, and she'd be like, is it okay for you to bring the phone now? No, I'm really sorry, I can't. She's like, well, we are leaving the Rose Bowl now. Is it okay? Can you come to Pasadena? I'm in Manhattan Beach. I cannot be in Pasadena. I'm at LAX. I'm here. I'm there. I'm everywhere. That's who I am. I'm bad. I'm nationwide. Fuck, I can't bring your phone. And she just went, and she was very pleasant and very patient. She was not demanding at all. And then I said, look, I have to be honest with you. I said, I am probably not going to get to you until like 3 a.m. I will be working all night long. And she's like, well, I will be awake So I need my phone for work calls and things like that. I completely understand that. I'm not trying to be a jerk. If I was close to you, I would give it to you. But unfortunately, this is what my job is, and I have to be out here. She understood. She was great. I don't even know where the fuck this was going. Why do we even start this story? You're just shrugging. You have no idea. Lily is here, by the way. I know she's not talking, and there's a reason. Because there was a group of villagers with torches and pitchforks who showed up.
Finish the story.
Well, it's a dumb story. I'm done. There you go. So then I drove all night long, and then finally at 3, I texted her. I'm like, hey, look, I got to drop one more person off, and then here's 2 choices. I said, I can bring you your phone, but you might need to compensate me, because I'm taking the rest of the night off. Or you can just meet me around my house near Sherman Oaks. And she's just like, oh my God, if you could bring it to me, that'd be the best. So then I brought her phone, and she came walking out in pajamas and all sleepy-eyed, literally, just kind of like rubbing her eyes and stuff. And she comes out, and she's like, here's the thing, I don't have any cash. Can I write you a check? And I said yes, but it was so ludicrous that look, because I don't have cash a lot of the time either. I get that. But the fact that you were so easy to say, oh my God, yes, I will totally give you $20 or whatever the fuck she was going to give me. And then she's just going to write me a check for what, lost phone? I mean, what do you put in the memo? And she did. She put lost iPhone. That's what she put in the fucking memo. Lost iPhone / Uber. So when her accountant brings that up at the end of the year, there's going to be a stern talking to. Quit losing your phone. But yeah, so I dropped it off. It was like fucking 3:45 or whatever, 4 o'clock in the morning. But I felt bad for her that she was up all night waiting for it. And well, you shrug, but I mean, I it's terrible. I mean, I wish I could have done something better sooner, and just sent it to her. I don't even know why did we. There was a point to that fucking story, because that wasn't just the fucking story. Oh, here was the story. So then all night we were super busy, man, and there was a fucking dude who fell asleep in my car, and he slept in my car for 7 minutes. 7 minutes. That's fucking eternity, man. I turned the radio way up. I'm yelling his name. I would pull forward and then hit the brakes really hard. Because again, as I told you, I'm not going to put my hand on anybody and shake him the fuck awake. I called his phone. He's laying on top of his phone. I hear ding, 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 ding. Bing, ding, 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 that stupid fucking ring everybody has. And he didn't even budge. So then I'm just like, well, fuck, I got to rape this guy, right? Isn't that what I got to do? I'll teach this motherfucker a lesson.
Oh my God.
Because you know what? Because he's laying down in my back seat, face down. Like the dude was face down, ass up. He was asking for it. Is my point? You should have seen what he was wearing. Hey, look, man, you don't fall asleep in some strange dude's car with your ass in the air if you're not looking to get filled up, right? Who am I talking to?
Oh my God.
You guys know what I'm saying, right? We're all friends here. Come on. So I'm watch deep in this guy, and fuck, he still didn't wake up. Unbelievable. No, so it took 7 minutes to fucking wake him up, and then finally I'm like, Logan. Of course it's Logan, and then he woke up and he got out. So then I get more people to pick up. So I picked up a woman who was fascinating. She chose pool, and it turned out she was a Muslim woman. And as we talked, I told her that I was going to Kuwait. And boy, there was a point. Oh, now I remember. Fuck, who cares? I apologize. I really should write this shit down. So I had a long talk with her a 15-minute talk, because that's how long her ride was, about Islam and how she converted. And she chose to convert, and so I said, listen, I'm going to ask. I go, because of the things we've been told and what I've observed via the news and the media. I don't understand how a woman chooses Islam, because it seems like they would not be looking out for your best interests. And she educated me on why she felt the way that she did, and she thought it was a good thing to do, because she was exhausted. She got in the car, she was exhausted. I said, 4th of July? She goes, no, I was praying all day for Ramadan. She goes, Ramadan is ending. And I said, oh. And then I told her I was going to Kuwait with my friend Ahmad. And I said I was really looking forward to it. And she said, oh my gosh, it's going to be so hot. And but she's not from there. She's from a different country. But when she came here, she converted to Islam because it brought her peace. It was the first thing that ever brought her peace. And we talked, and it was great. I felt very educated. So at the end, I had dropped her off, and she said, and right when I pulled up to her, she goes, well, I'd like to finish my point. Because she was making a point about how, Islam and people and the way they're treated within Islam and things like that. And she said, well, as you know, she goes, in America, it's very different, obviously, because the way we're treated, and some people make us look bad. She goes, and then after 9/11, and I said, I'm sorry, what's that? And she said, after 9/11. I said, I'm not familiar. What is that? And she goes, it's when terrorists blew up the World Trade Center. And I said, I know what 9/11 is. I'm sorry. And she just goes, oh my gosh, I could not understand why you didn't know it. And I said, listen, we've been told never forget, so I will not. I said, I'm sorry, I'm joking because we were told never forget. So even a civilian, like this poor Muslim woman civilian, I pull the fucking 9/11 joke on. I do that. I'm sorry, what's that? 9/11. I'm not familiar. What are you talking about, 9/11? It's when terrorists blew up the World Trade Center and okay. Yeah, I'm kidding. I know what fucking 9/11 is. That's my second. That's actually not my new favorite thing I ever did to somebody. Besides when I screamed at the Australian dude to fucking scare his hiccups out of him. That was the funniest one. He just had the hiccups the whole time, and I just fucking screamed in his face, and they were gone. Beautiful. All right, mate. Man, I drove some Irish people around too. And you know what? What was the phrase he kept using? He said, "What's the crack?" He called his buddy. He's like, "What's the crack?" And because he was trying to find out where the party was, and I said, I go, "What's the crack mean?" He goes, "It means what's the story? What's happening?" I said, "Oh, okay." And then he said something, and I remember I tried to use this for a while, and then I just kind of let it go because everybody kept asking me what the fuck it meant, and I was like, God damn it, I'm tired of explaining. He was like, "Oh yeah, my friends are giving me stick about that. My friends are giving me a lot of stick about that." And I love that. Yeah, man, we're giving him stick. Yeah, they're giving that guy stick or whatever. And I remember trying to use it like 7 years ago. I kept using it and everybody's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm just like, "Oh, it's a Irish thing. Fuck, who cares? Ignore me. I'm not cool or interesting."
Or Irish.
I'm half Irish. Bullshit. Don't give me stick about that. I'm totally half Irish. My great grandma was fucking eating potatoes and blowing British soldiers to stay alive. Whatever the fuck was happening over there. Didn't they have to do that? Right? I think that's what it was. I think that was if you read the history books, that's exactly what happened. And you know why that happened, unfortunately? Because my grandmother was in the first 20 women that lined up to fucking fight the soldiers. That's what it was. They all had to blow the soldiers, all the 20 behind them. Ha ha! Tore them apart. But good for her. She gave it up for her country. Got on a boat, came over here, sired my grandma, sired my ma, sired me, and sired the show. So indirectly, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, sucking off a Nigel, made this show happen. Absolutely. Good for her. She saw it coming, man. She totally was on board. She was like, I see podcasting coming. I better hit my knees. I better hit my knees. Spit out the potato and sucked in a cock. Boom, let's go. Let's make this happen. I got a great-grandson to sire who's going to go ahead and have upwards of 3,000 people who listen to his show every Thursday. With another 7,000 listening later. Via downloads or Stitcher. Stitcher just got bought by somebody, right? That's who it was. You know what? It's funny. Yeah, that's who it was. Scripps bought Stitcher. Because fucking Dave Anthony posted it. He's like, yeah, Scripps bought Stitcher. And then I guess there's some fucking, you know what? Some dude is out there buying up the podcasts, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God.
And so someone put it on my wall. Was it Jamie? I don't know who it was, but he put it on my walls because Dave Anthony he broke it down. He's like, here's how media works in this country. And I guess Scripps Media is buying somebody who's then buying this and then begat like Leviticus and whatever the fuck else is in the Bible. And so they're consolidating podcasting networks, and then they're going to do their own podcasting festival. And so Dave was like, I hope they don't come after my festival, which is in Los Angeles. But somebody put it on my wall, and they go, that's why I'm keeping it indie with Mike Schmidt. You're goddamn right. And believe me, it has nothing to do with the fact that a major media conglomerate would not be associated with the guy who talked about Sandy Hook cutting down the first 20 kids. With an assault rifle, while the other 20 got to him and tore him apart Montgomery Clift style. So there was consternation on the Facebook page this week, the Joker's page. Lily does not want me to talk about this, but I'm going to. Look, you guys have been with me a long time. All right, you've been there. You were here on the ground floor. You were here when I had stories. You were here when I lived life. I didn't tell some rambling anecdote about fucking 2 women who left a phone in my car. What the fuck is that? But I gotta be honest, man. I've listened to like other podcasts where people are just, and literally they do the same. They do that kind of stuff, but you don't get the benefit of Sandy Hook cutting down 20 kids. You don't get that.
The benefit.
Yeah. Nobody. I guarantee you, there's not one podcast out there who said "suck off a Nigel" and you knew what it meant. Literally, whenever a British guy gets head now, it's just, hey, I'm going to go suck off a Nigel. That's it. Blimey. Oh, that's kind of like blow me, but it's British. Oh, blimey. Suck off a Nigel. So the people were up in arms. And look, you guys have been around from the beginning, man. When I had to think, don't shake your head. I know you that's producer Lily, but you know what? As producer Lily, you've forfeited those rights because all you do is laugh and go home. So we just had a production meeting with a lot of screaming. It was fun.
There was no screaming.
There was revving.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
There was no screaming.
I
Grabbed your mic.
actually kind of like that. You seized my mic with your fist. That was half sexy. You came over the table and just fucking grabbed it, took it away from me. I see
Second of a Nigel.
a wrestling match in our future. Well, I ain't British. You'd be sucking off an Eamon. Eamon's, you know what? It's funny because this dude last night I picked up his name Alan, this Irish dude, but he called his friend Declan, and I was like, of course he did. Oh, it's perfect. I love it. There was a dude I worked with in an office named Eamon, and I was like, I was fascinated by the name. I loved it. It was so Irish, and he was just, he was the human equivalent of Scotch tape, just that bland, see-through, fucking nothing of a guy. You know what I mean? Just wore the same tinged yellow dress shirt and black fucking Dockers and those shitty $20 black shoes every day. And because, you know, I've done that. When you had to have a job and they're like, hey, you got to have black pants. I'm like, of course I do. I'm making pizza. Why wouldn't I need black pants? You fucking jagoffs. Hey, man, you need brown slacks if you're going to work here. Oh, of course, yeah, because I'm making crazy bread for people. Guy, by all means, I'm going to need to buy some brown pants. Because when people come in here, they're like, holy shit, are you wearing jeans? This pizza's not going to taste nearly as good as I thought it would. That's the mark of a pizza cooking professional is brown slacks. Get the fuck out of here. Please. That kind of shit drove me crazy, dude. You go to fucking Little Caesars, and then, like, I live with my brother, and he was my fucking supervisor, and he, you know, he started out working there as a fucking pizza dude, and then he was the supervisor, and he was in charge of, like, 8 stores, and he fucking called himself L.A. Schmidt, which is so stupid. He had a business card, and he called him, because that's as bad as his first comedy name, I.B. Leonard. Oh, no. He literally was billed as I.B. Leonard, I.B. Leonard. That was his, like, he did comedy. I think he did that. I literally think it lasted like 2 shows. And then he went like, yeah, done. He threw all those headshots away, everything. His first headshot, my brother, like my first headshot is a fucking thing of beauty. It's the one where I put my fucking fingers to my head, the fake gun. Oh, it's good. I got a silk jacket on. I'm wearing a silk jacket because I care.
Is that online?
I think so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is that online?
It's interesting you would ask that. I don't know. Oh, yeah, seize me. So I think it is. You know what? When we went to Zany's and I took a photo of it and I put it up on I put it online. But I don't know if it's officially online. I think my fat ones are like where the second ones I got later on when I came here, where it could not be more not me. It's literally just this fat square head with a wedding ring. That's absolutely not. It's not me at all. All of it is wrong. I'm wearing like a striped vest. I mean, what the fuck are you doing? It looks like, what are you, one of the flying Gambinos, you fuck? Fake mafia with a fucking striped black and silver vest? Get the fuck out of here. Awesome. Holy shit. It looks like I'm in Circus Vargas Alino. It's so terrible. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey and Salazzo's Circus. Fucking awful. Just this fist and like this meaty fucking arm. What an idiot. Square head. Terrible. I'm so fucking terrible. All right, so. But you as bad as those are, as bad as those could possibly be. There's another one. My other one, the other big one is me leaning in a doorway. And because I wasn't fat enough, I wore 2 shirts. So it's like, it's just. If anybody was like, hey, you know what? We need to cast a Chevy Equinox that can smile. Is there any way we could find one of those out there? That would be terrific. Good Lord. Oh, man. We need a Hyundai Sonata with a pierced ear. Is there one of those out there, possibly? We would love to have him sell Coors to the masses. That's so fucking bad. And I remember making those headshots, and I'm like, I look good. Look how good I look. I love them both. I love them all. You know what? I want to order 50 of these for my friends, then let's get some for the casting directors, because I'm turning this town upside down with my wall-leaning abilities and my meaty fist of fucking fate of fucking fuck. So bad. That should be the name of the show. Meaty fist of fucking fist of fuck. So bad. And I remember when they came, I was like so happy. God damn it. But I'll tell you what, as bad as that collection, that menagerie of fucking that hat trick of terrible is, my brother's first headshot is a fucking mess. It literally single-handedly stopped the comedy boom of the 80s. Because it went up on a wall in some club and everybody went, hit the brakes. What's that, a wispy, shitty, can't grow a mustache and half a bandana with your hands outstretched? Yeah, you look fucking great. Oh, dude.
Is that online?
I hope so.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Is that online?
You know what? I hope so. We'll have to check. Because it is grim. He just looks, you know who he looks like? He looks like a homeless white Tommy Chong. I mean, it's just the fucking worst. You look at that, it's like, because it's a headshot, but you're just like, you know what? Why don't, if you're going to book yourself like this is your guy, this is your character, just send out photos of roach clips. Honestly, you've got a better shot of getting booked because it is, he's got like a flannel shirt and this terrible shitty mustache and the bandana on his head, and he's like shrugging like, how you doing? It's just so fucking bad. It's literally the guy you wouldn't want to serve you food because he smells like smoke. Like, that's who he looks like. What a fucking tragedy. But then, you know what happens? He gets a little money, gets his teeth fixed, and he goes out and takes a picture on the street, and he's a brooding hero. Good for him. He's the goddamn Dark Knight compared to that first photo. Literally, Lenny's new headshots, literally the kind of guy who would bust Lenny's first headshots. Jesus Christ. I hope Lenny's first headshots don't run into Lenny's now headshots. Because one, he's going to take him down and take him to the station, read him his rights. I think Lenny's new headshot ought to interrogate Lenny's old headshot. He's got some questions. Hey, Roach Clip, get over here. Hit fucking open your mouth on the curb. I'm taking you in. What? Fucking hands outstretched. Hey, I'm funny. Hey, bandana. Stupid. Oh, Christ. At least look, folks, I wore a silk jacket. I looked good. I had a fucking gun to my head. I looked really good, damn it. But then, sure enough, my brother comes along and ruins the whole paradigm. All right. Single-handedly destroying the headshot culture of fucking comedy. I don't even know how that happened. How did we get into that? Because I was talking about my stupid headshots.
No clue.
Yeah, it's a lot of that this week, folks. So, sure enough, I think I got to take a breath here, because I literally don't know what we were talking about. So you guys were around when I knew what I was talking about, see? You were around, like I said, when I had stories, when I had actual content, when I could bring this to you and tell you exactly what you needed to hear. When you wanted to hear stories of me at my old jobs, or me talking to my wife through strippers' thighs, or all that other bullshit that I did. Now, fuck, I drive people around and I leave their phone in my car. That's it. That's all I got for you. How's that story end? She writes you a check? Good for you. Holy shit, dude. You're awful. Wow. Here's a check I'm going to write you so you never put one of these fucking shows up again. Actually, you know what? I'm going to send this check to Scripps Media so they put you out. No longer keeping it indie with Mike Schmidt. Adi fucking os. So terrible. All right, so there was consternation among the masses. There was a lot of rigmarole, a lot of back and forth, a lot of up and down. A lot of people had some opinions. A lot of people had things they wanted to say to me. And these are the people who, like I said, when you guys were here in the beginning, when everything was great, when it was so good. Remember that when I was punching cars and pretending to be happy? As opposed to now when I'm just unleashing all of this id all over you and I'm so happy. Look at this. Look how great it is, right? What do people write in the memo of the check they write to me that is like cancel podcast / Uber? So people were saying that, and it started with, I don't want to say names. They're all very nice people. And I understood what they were saying. I understood their point. Because they were saying that they wanted to hear Lily talk more on the show. Not that. They were saying they wanted to hear Lily when she talked on the show. That's a better way to phrase it. Because, as you know, folks, there's only one fucking microphone here. There's only one big swinging microphone involved with this goddamn show. And it's me, fake Mike, fucking weird-looking Rush Limbaugh's baby if I shave. That's who I am. Seriously, I told you that. I told you, yeah. If I shave, I look like Rush Limbaugh's kid. It's brutal. And I can do even the bad half smile that he does. Brutal. When my face was more cherubic. Back in my squarehead, meaty fist, fuck days, that's when I really did look like him. Because I did that on stage one time. I nicked my fucking goatee in Chicago. I was working at the Funny Bone, and I said, I got to shave it. I mean, I can't look like I had a fucking swipe taken out of my head. So I fucking shaved it, and I went, oh my God, you look like Rush Limbaugh. Because this is when he had his fucking TV show, when people cared about what he had to say, when he had stories. And it wasn't the same thing again. Emails, Benghazi, we get it. Didn't he call some chick a whore? Like, what did he, like, the guy cut his own balls off because there was some girl who testified in court, and she was like, hey, rubbers are good. And he's like, whore! And that was it.
Yep.
Literally all his advertisers went, well, I think you're on your own, chubby. And there you go. But he's still fucking like filthy, lucrative, rich. And I mean, what he does is ridiculous. What those guys do, because that's daily fucking content. Like when I listen to Howard, and that's every day. But also he's got writers, he's got Benji churning shit out, and he's got all these people there, and they're creating bits. Because in my head I was like, man, that's 4 fucking hours every day on the air. That's intense, man.
Been there.
And yeah, you did it exactly. So and you also were not in an ensemble. You know what I mean? It was David and who was he and you, right?
Yep.
Just you. Which is so you see firsthand just how. But I mean, they're also reading emails and taking calls and cheating. So I mean, that's all that. This is just me. This is just me yammering. I mean, look what I'm doing. I'm fucking nailing it. I'm crushing it in a good way. So people were very nice, and they said that they can't hear Lily when she talks, and that's my fault because I continue to engage Lily in conversation. Lily made it clear when this show started. She's like, "Look, man, I don't want to be on mic." And I've actually offered a few times. I'm like, would you want a microphone? She's like, no, I don't. And we had one show where she was on mic because I wanted to talk about vaginas and the problems they face in today's society. It's the truth. Yeah. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. It's a giant laundry list.
I'm sorry, so many.
Exactly. So I did not get to address anybody's concerns online. But I've been thinking about it for days, like because I don't have a solution. I don't know what it is, other than for you to come up and seize me every once in a while.
Which is working really well, right?
Well, it's getting you some exercise, certainly. It's getting you up and down off the chair. So I don't, because then people give her a microphone because she has cogent points and she's brilliant and she's smart. And I'm like, yes, she is all of those things. That's why she's involved in the show, and I'm very happy to have her here. But again, there's only one big swinging microphone involved in this fucking show. And I don't say that in a arrogant way. It's just, this is how we like to work. This is me talking, and it's not a conversation. She's here for me to just kind of dump stuff all over, and when she contributes, it's the fucking greatest, and I love it. But I also am at fault here because I continuously engage her. Because I like to hear her talk and laugh, and she's you guys. Do you motherfuckers have a microphone? No. What if I gave all you motherfuckers microphones? How's that go? How's that going to work? You're all fucking jumping in with your punchlines, just like Facebook when I write that joke and everybody's like, ha, but here's a better one. That was great, but I thought of this. You're so good. Who's a good joker? Who's a good boy? You are. So I don't know if there are a solution, if there will be a solution, if there should be a solution. You're making a face at me, but this is the show. I mean, I talk, and Lily's here, and I hope you can hear her when I do engage her if she decides to talk. I also hope we don't lose you. And then people raised some very salient points. They were like, well, what if new people come along and they wonder what the fuck is going on? And I'm kind of like, well, that would be from fucking day one. Honestly, let's be honest. Anybody who wanders into this fucking show from fucking 2006 on is just gobsmacked and goes, what the fuck is going on? That dude is talking in circles, and that woman thinks he's way funnier than he is. Yeah, that's why she's here. Literally, what if I had somebody who didn't think I was funny? How great is that? How fucking terrible would that be? If I had a fucking show where somebody who hated me and just didn't think I was fucking funny at all? That might not be so bad. You know what I would do? Oh yeah, there you go, little straight face, little Mona Lisa. I like it. But that would be, I honestly, part of me wants to do that. Like get somebody who fucking hates me in here to listen to me, and then but make them listen. They got to sit here. And then, because I got to be honest with you, I don't think I would breathe the entire time. because I would just assault them with so much humor as much as I possibly could to try to win them over that I would do it until there was no breath left in my body. It would be fucking frightening. It would be like an episode of Make Me Laugh, but it would last an hour and a half.
Brutal.
Maybe we do that. Maybe we just get a bunch of fucking nuns in here or somebody who fucking hates me and just let them sit there while I try to make them laugh.
Nuns.
Well, that's my guess. I don't know. They got no sense of humor.
Hate you.
I'm assuming they do. You don't see them flocking around, do you? I don't get a lot of correspondence from them. I haven't heard from a lot of nuns, so I'm just going to assume that they're in the hate category. If I was deluged with fan mail by nuns, then I would have picked a completely different one. As it is now, I know I have one Muslim fan, at least one. No, I have several Muslim fans, I believe. By the way, it is Muslim. That's how you say it. Yes, because I asked her. I said, "Is it Muslim or Muslim?" And she said, "It is Muslim." And I said, "Terrific." And it's Islam. And I said, "Fantastic." And then she said, "It is Kuwait." And I'm like, "You're done now. I've got all those." So again, folks, I'm excited. We talked about Kuwait last week, but I did the show last week, and I talked a little bit about our friend Ahmad. And I had warts and all, kind of exposed as much as I possibly could about him and his life. And you guys are great. Because listen, I will tell you this. Feedback has been universally great on the show last week, which is really good because I was proud of it. And I'll tell you this, like the first couple days I didn't hear from anybody. And I have to admit, I was like, fuck. Because that happens, when I do what I consider to be a really good show, and like every week I think I do a good solid show. But if I do something where I think it's like really funny or there's something, like I keep waiting for people to quote. Like I just think people are fatigued of my nonsense. Like they're just because I'll tell you this, there are other comedians and people will like quote them on Twitter or quote them on Facebook and they're like, "That was hilarious when you said that thing about that guy and his shoes untied or whatever." And I'm just like, that's not funny at all, man. Listen to me, motherfucker. God damn it, go listen to me suck off of Nigel. I'm fucking hysterical. So I get weird, man, when nobody's like quoting certain bits, and I again to expose this to fucking everybody. Everybody's they're gonna write me and go, "That bit was totally funny," and it's like, oh, you don't have to patronize me because you can't win with me, folks. You can't. When I say, you know what, I nobody said anything about the show and didn't think it was funny, and then when you get to it's funny, I'm like, that show wasn't that funny. You know what I mean? It's so fucking dumb. So I don't want to lose anybody. I mean, I hope you all stick around and stuff. But I mean, right now, this is the way we work. This is the way we do it. We just fucking talk. But when I did last week's show, Ahmad, I lost my train of thought there. I went right back to the thing we were talking about before. So people then, because again, they're awesome. First, they wrote me about Kuwait and said it was going to be awesome. And then I had my friend Mike Siegel wrote me and he goes, "I'm telling you this for your own good. In fact, I may be begging you, change your trip to February." He said, "You are not going to go outside." And I said, "It's already booked. And I'm a heat guy. Always have been." And he's like, "This isn't heat. Like, you can't even comprehend it." And I'm like, well, we'll see what happens. I mean, who knows?
Can't wait.
I'm excited.
I can't Kuwait. Oh, I'm sorry.
I can't Kuwait.
Nicely done.
Why don't think
You're going to be out of breath by the end of the show. All the up and down. To remind you of your previous career.
Wah, wah.
Okay, because people didn't hear that. It's good that you did that. So.
This is why I can't have a mic. It's stupid.
No, it's not stupid at all. Please, are you kidding me? Everybody out there is just like, hey, did Lily just make a wah-wah noise? I don't know. That could have been a Martian landing. It could have been a truck driving by. Nobody has any idea. What was that? I heard did you distinctly hear a wah-wah at the 53-minute and 7-second mark? I did. See, this show used to mean something to people. They used to get together online and listen to it as a community or the fucking forum, and they'd talk to one another while it played, and not anymore, man. I don't hear from anybody. What Voice in the Wilderness? Yeah, they do. Everybody cuts me loose. Like, it was funny. I was telling somebody the Seth and Brandy story as a prelude to the Kuwait story, because, again, now it's a double feature. And, they were like, "Oh, my God, do you still talk to Seth and Brandy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of don't." I think they moved to Kansas with John and Kerry Waltz. They're an I Hate Mike commune. They're like, "We hate Mike. Let's all live together." What if there was that? How great would that be? Like a Waco, Branch Davidian fucking Jim Jones Kool-Aid cult about hating me? They'll get those fucking sharp Nikes, those awesome fucking shoes, and those purple robes and shit. Then one dude who's got to be the charismatic guy and he gets to fuck all the girls. Boy, that's a lot of girls in that I Hate Mike Schmidt club. No, it is. Trust me. I can name them. I can give you a handful, certainly, right off the top of my head. Number 1, Leanna Dixon. She doesn't even write me. Give her a fucking present. She doesn't even fucking say anything. Sure, she paid for it. So what? Tell me you love me. Goddamn talent, man. Yeah, you bought merch. Guess what? I sent it to you. I put a stamp on that motherfucker. Write me some kudos. Although it did take me like 3 weeks to send her package. I have to admit, because I kept saying, "Oh, we sold a mystery shirt." Like it was always her mystery shirt that we sold, and I just never packaged it up. And that's why I even put in the note. I was like, I think I wrote her a note that was just like, "I'm sorry, this took as long as I possibly could." I know. I said, "Who knew the mystery was when I would send it?" I think I wrote that. I don't know, something clever like that, but I would know because Leanna got the package and immediately threw it into a tire fire. All right. This has arrived too late, Wing. Went back to our law office and wrote a sternly worded writ about why I'm a jerk. Sent it to the compound in Kansas. They read it out loud. And the Waltzes and the Seths and the Brandys. Of the Florida Seth and Brandys. Because in truth, Seth liked the show. I don't know if Brandy did. She thought I was a nice guy. Certainly when in New York, she thought I was polite. But I don't think she ever listened to the goddamn show. But again, we've talked because I bankrupted her. That's probably why they hate me. Fuck. She got some insurance settlement and sent me fucking all of it to go to hang out in New York and have a cupcake with her. Holy Jesus. So Ahmad. So you guys, you hear the show and you're just like, oh, well. And again, nobody just goes, that was fucking awesome. I can't wait for Mike to go there. Well, that bullshit. Some people did that. But then there's some people who are like, that story's hilarious. I must find out who Ahmad is. So people started Googling him and finding him, and I was inundated with links to what may or may not be his stuff online. I have no idea. I mean, he told me he had no social media presence, but apparently the dark web went to work and found like his, the tags for his car and like his LinkedIn page and like all this. And they're like, hey, is this the guy? Is this the guy? I don't fucking know. This guy's a floating head on a Skype screen to me at this point. I don't know if he's fucking real. We'll see. So, but people were very genuinely nice, but then there were people who were genuinely concerned, and they're like, all right, dude, are you really going to go? Because I will tell you this, there are people who have been listening for a long time, and they think I'm nuts, you know what I mean? Or I'm going to fucking lose my mind. And it's like, no, I can behave. Dude, I made a Muslim friend in my car last night. I'm fucking awesome. I mean, she didn't talk about Sandy Hook with me, because that probably would have been a non-starter if we would have gone there. As we know, my controversial views on the subject. If you're going to take down a gunman, be in the second 20 wave. You got to go 20-20-20. Be in the third 20 wave. That's even better. First wave of 20 gets cut down. Second wave gets the guy and tears him apart. Third 20, they talk to the press. 20 kids with press hats on. All right, so. Got a notepad and a crayon. So tell me again. So people went ahead and besieged Ahmad and tried to find him and find out who he was and where he is. And then sent me all the stuff. Like, I cared. I mean, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I mean, literally, anything short of you finding out that he was a werewolf, I mean, it would not have bothered me. Here's bad news. Ahmad is a Dracula. Oh, well, all right. I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll hang out during the day. All right. Or better yet, we'll hang out at night so he can actually hang out. Is he one of those newfangled Draculas? A lot of different Dracula rules these days. There's like Draculas who can go out in the daytime. There's Draculas who they actually like the cross. They like the crucifix doesn't scare them, and they don't drink blood. They drink milk. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know fuck all about vampires. I don't get that shit. Like, it's so funny. Like, everybody has their thing that they like. Like, I like crime shows and I like small crime, not crime shows, but like small crime movies and stuff like that. There was a huge explosion outside my door. Did you hear that, Ahmad? He's brought the trip home. So, fuck, I got lost. What was he talking about there? What was I talking about? Weird vampires. Of course I was.
Finding out more about Ahmad.
That he might be a vampire. Yeah, okay. I don't know. Is there a test for that? Like, do I got to tie him up like Kurt Russell in The Thing? And cut his hand open and stick fucking hot stuff in his blood? Well, that's going to cover the Thursday I'm there. Because I got to get that out of the way early, right? Don't I got to do that? That's not something you can wait till halfway through the trip to do. No, right when I get to town, because I get to town on a Thursday morning. Because I literally leave like Monday, and then I get there in August. Like it's this fucking weird, or like in June. I leave in August. I get there in fucking May. But I will show up there, and I figure the first day is when I got to tie him up, cut him open, get his blood, and then stick a fucking hot cord in it to make sure he's not a fucking thing. All right, good. I just want to get the rules out on the table. I got to figure all this stuff out. You know what makes for good podcasting? The producer nodding when I ask her questions because she doesn't want to talk anymore because you guys shamed her into silence. All right, so
Not at all.
I'm teasing. They know I'm teasing.
I'm tired. I don't want to get up.
Let's face it, she's pooped. That's my favorite thing to say whenever she says she's tired. So I'm still going. The bottom line is Ahmad, heard the show last week. That's always the hurdle. You know what I mean? Because I'm Seth and Brandy. I didn't do that show until after, I think until after I was back. And I wasn't going to do this show, but I mean, all of a sudden it would be weird to explain why there were Kuwait videos popping up, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?" But Ahmad wrote me, and he said, because again, this is the crucible. I mean, you never know. You never know how somebody's going to take this. There was a weird yawn hiccup at the same time. And he just went, "Hey, Mike, I absolutely loved the show, and now I'm looking even more forward to you coming here." And I will do him a disservice if I don't read exactly the thing that he said, because as I've said, he's an interesting, funny person, and God damn it. Didn't I just say that people do bullshit emails and it's a fucking trick? I did. And now I'm doing the same thing. Sorry, my throat got all freaked out. See, now I got to log into my website. Look at how fucking dudes. And this is not bad. Like, there should be a lull at some point in the show, right? But I'm just the guy who's just fucking relentless and just keeps coming at it and doesn't want to have any more fucking moment of silence at all. All right, host Gator, there's the control panel. Yes, I get it. cPanel X. All right. No, hey, there's my thing. Hey, Mike, just writing to let you know that I loved every minute of the episode, and I'm so happy that this helped you out as much as it did. I know this is your first time traveling internationally. I checked about the visa, and U.S. citizens can get it at the airport. Like you said, I would call the Kuwait embassy to make sure just in case. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions, no matter how silly they are. If you put your mic in your checked luggage, there won't be any issues bringing it here. And he signed his name in Arabic with a 7 in the middle of it. So, like, I don't even... I could not even tell you what... He's got some kind of weird magic keyboard where he can just, like, fucking... I mean...
You have a keyboard that can do that too. I'm sorry.
You have a keyboard that can do that too. You just have to change the language.
Well, no, I can just make a 7 anytime I want. So he was a nice person. He luckily he found humor in what I said, and he's not suspending the entire fucking thing. But as I've said, that money's already spent, so good fucking luck. All right, so I want to buy a bed. Like, did I talk about that on here? Like, I want to buy a bed, but like, it's that I'm the weirdest fucking guy in the world, because I want to buy a bed, but if I buy the bed, my safety net of money goes away. Isn't that weird? Like, 'cause I mean, I used the money, I paid off like a really big debt, and then I've paid off some other stuff. So I have enough to buy a bed. I just do. But I don't want to do it, because then what if something catastrophic happens and I don't have that money to fall back on? Even though it's not really a ton of money, but it's enough to get me a fucking bed. And it's like this. Here's the logic. Like, the other day I was out, I was Ubering, and somebody I had to take somebody out to fucking Downey or wherever the fuck. And I kept it was a Glendora. Like a fucking, I had never driven to Bewitched Mom's fucking town ever. So I get out there, and it's, I picked them up in downtown LA, and it's like 30 miles east. So I get there, and I stop at a grocery store, and then I'm leaving, and I kept it on just in case. I'm like, well, what the fuck? Maybe somebody out here needs a ride. I get pinged. I pick a dude up. And I should tell you this, before I left LA to get these people in Glendora, I was going to go eat pasta at this pasta joint called El Gelato, which I really like. The red sauce is fucking amazing. And I've been doing that thing where I'm like, once a week, I'll go, just go pay for food, motherfucker. Quit eating a burger. Just go eat, get something good. So I was going to go over there, and then I wound up getting pinged and taking rides, and then we're getting all the way out to Glendora, because I just surfed the fucking thing. So this guy pings me. I'm not fucking kidding. I pick him up. He's in a Denny's parking lot. He's just this fucking tweaker-looking dude with a Nirvana t-shirt on. He looks like the lead singer of Eagles of Death Metal. I mean, he's just that dude. And he just came from some meth lab, because literally this is out in meth country, Glendora. And he hops in the car, and I fucking open up the thing. he's going to a mile away from my fucking spaghetti house. 37-mile ride from where he was. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's gorgeous. So I drove him, I dropped him off. And then I turned the thing off. I went to go buy some pasta. God damn, this story's going nowhere. But there's an analogy and it makes sense. So I buy all this pasta, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm fucking starving. And because I worked 14 hours on Saturday, 11 hours on Sunday. So I walked in and I go, listen, I bought a full order of rigatoni. I bought chicken cutlets. I bought Italian sausage. It was like $34 worth of Chinese or Italian food. So then I put it in my cooler in my trunk and I drive for the next 6 fucking hours. So this is Sunday. Now it's Tuesday night. And it's still in my fridge. Because I don't want to eat it, because if I eat it, it'll be gone. I'm comforted by the idea that I have $35 worth of really good fucking pasta in my fridge. And it's like a security blanket of like food. If anything ever happens, I know I have that pasta in my fridge to eat. And I know I could just technically go get other pasta. But I've ascribed some sort of special meaning to this pasta as it sits in my fridge. And I've looked at it 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day. I open the fridge to get a yogurt and I'm like, maybe I'll have that pasta. Not yet. Save it. Save it for what? I don't know what the fuck I'm saving it for. But I like the idea of having it in there because once I eat it, that security blanket of having good pasta is gone. And I know it's weird. I know that's fucking a strange way to think. So the last 2 nights I've come home from work. Like I said, Sunday night I came home and Monday night, last night I came home. And what I did was I had made rice in the rice cooker. And I had bought an extra side of red sauce. And I just dump red sauce on the rice and I heat that up. So I just like fucking rice and red sauce. Even though I have like chicken cutlets and Italian sausages and I have this fridge full of fucking pasta. Because I don't want to eat it because then it goes away. And I don't want my pasta to go away. Anything you'd care to contribute into the microphone?
How's that therapy going?
Stop your nonsense. Come on.
Buy a bed.
Well, that's the thing is I want to buy a bed, but if I do, then like I said, that fucking all my pasta's gone if I buy a bed.
But pasta goes away, and a bed is there forever. A bed is like you get into it, and then you get to like be comforted every night by your bed. It doesn't go away. It's like a big security blanket that you sleep on.
But then all my pasta will go away. I don't want my pasta to go away. So then today, Lily called me and she's like, man, I am starving. Because I had planned I was going to eat pasta tonight after the podcast. And Lily's like, I am totally starving. And no, because I probably would have had rice and red sauce again. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying in my head, I was like, oh, I got that to look forward to. Oh, I got that. And then sure enough, she calls me and she's like, I am starving. And I go, okay. And she goes, do you want to go eat when I get there? You want to stop and pick something up? And I go, well, no, don't pick anything up. If we're going to eat, let's eat something like real. Because I'm just tired of eating fucking tacos. And also, as I said, I'm trying to fucking, John sent me a meal plan and everything's fucking changing. And it's because July 5th is the anniversary of the day I was released from the hospital. So that's how I look at it. So we're rebooting. Everything's starting again. And I have goals and everything, and I'll share that with you over the fucking years. And maybe I'll write a blog post about it 8 years later. All right, so. Terrible. I think that page still exists. Rocky with a blog still exists on my website, and it's just got that lonely entry from like 2007. Fucking, and I lost weight. I did. I lost a ton of weight. I lifted. I mean, my fucking arms are massive. I'm vascular. I'm fucking yoked. But go read that fucking sad sack story about, well, another thing happened. I was in the water and I felt sad. And shut the fuck up, man. Nobody cares. Just quit shoving food in your mouth, you fuck. You know what? Use your hands to type, not to eat drumsticks. I know I want to buy a bed. I do. I'm going to probably. But it's just because when he sent the money, it's like I said, I had to pay this one debt, and then I'm like, I had a certain amount, and I'm like, well, I want to get a laptop, and I want to get because I need a new laptop, and I want to get this, I want to get that, and then I'm like, well, I should probably do my taxes for 2015, and then I got to get glasses, and then I'm like, well, I got to get my teeth cleaned. Like literally, it just kept scaling down smaller and smaller, and then I went to Amazon and I bought because this is who I am. I grew up as a poor dude, man. I just did. So it was that thing where if you weren't the first kid, you didn't get any, and you had to be that guy. So I went to Amazon and I bought vitamins for the year. I bought hair gel for the year. I bought mouthwash and shampoo and soap for the year to make sure I had it covered until at least the fucking 2013 2013 or whatever. What year am I in? 2017. So I made sure to do that. So it's that thing. I almost paid like my rent in advance a couple months or something. I'm like, all right, so because there's that stability thing where you're like, all right, if everything fucking completely craters, if everything completely bottoms the fuck out, at least I have vitamins, which is ridiculous, I know, but those are the little things that add up. I went and got my laundry money. I got this, and I still got to go buy fucking shampoo fucking detergent and Tide or fucking Downy, whatever the fuck. Like I want to buy all that shit too for the year, and I can because I'm very nobody cares. What the fuck am I even talking about? All I'm doing, I'm literally just exposing neuroses at this point. But I mean, yeah, because you were poor, so it's like, that's why I'll buy socks. I want to buy like 50 pairs of socks. I have 50 pairs of socks. So I just because I will never be out of socks. I don't ever want to be out of socks. And that's who I am. I'm the guy who never wants to be out of socks. I'm the guy who always needs vitamins. I'm the most boring man alive. You know what? I want to set up a Tinder profile just to put that in there. How great would that be? I am the man who refuses to run out of socks. I am the man who will always have vitamins. Fuck me. So stupid. So fucking dumb. Yep. Oh, that's what I'll just put my name in as swipe left. Lefty old lefter. Lefty McGillicuddy. Look at this Irish dude. And my grandmother sucked off a Nigel, spit out a potato to do it. Who wants to date me? Come on, let's get rocked. Let's go to China and get my fucking fat thumbs to try to text on the iPhones built by the tiniest hands in the world. That's how it works, man. That's why they keep. Remember, we had the foot binding show we talked about. Well, that's the thing with those kids. They keep them like veal. They keep them in a box so they don't get any bigger than that fucking Machu Picchu guy. Who the fuck was that dude?
Machu Picchu.
The dude who died. He just died. He was a little tiny guy.
Machu Picchu is a wrestler, right?
No, Machu Picchu. No, that's Macho Picchu. No, Machu Picchu is like a city in fucking somewhere or a country. But who's the little dude, the tiniest man alive, who just fucking died? He looked like Hervé Villachez had a fucking baby.
I know him. Fuck, my mind just went blank.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. I don't know. He just fucking died. But that's what they do in China, man. They fucking put those kids in shoe boxes to keep them that small so they can go ahead and make the eye fucking phones with their own tiny little hands. Because they don't want to give them tools. If you give a little fucking Jing Zhao a screwdriver, he's going to hide it in his ass and then stab you on the way to fucking chow line. You can't have that happen. That's why when I get fucking Chinese Rick, I'm going to have to fucking give him a frisk. Because he's going to have holstered up a goddamn fucking wood chisel. Michu. That's his name, right? All right, Michu Pichu. Whatever the fuck his name is. All right, Mishu. Mr. Mishu. Mr. Mixelplex. McPlixsticks. I don't know. But yeah, in China, they keep those kids in a shoebox. They get really small because they don't let them use tools. They got to fix the iPhones with their little baby hands. They do. They grow their fucking fingernails super long like Rick Emmett from Triumph. They got to get in there and fucking dig around. They do. They just grow them out. They're like fucking, who's the cat who stabbed Schillinger in Oz? Beecher. So the bottom line is, folks, eventually Lily will have a microphone. It just won't be on this show. You guys can get me at Mike at MikeSchmidtComedy.com. You can be my friend at Facebook.com/the40year-old-boy. You can follow me at Twitter.com/the40year-old-boy. I'm all over the place, folks. Our friend David Hernandez does all the artwork for this show. He's pretty cool. You can find him at Facebook.com/DavidMexHernandez. Be his friend, his pal, his confidant, his bon vivant. Write him and ask about all those things, and he'll write yay. And then, if you'd like to buy stuff from him, because he just unleashed some fucking serious artwork this week. He did a painting of Prince. He did a painting of David Bowie. He did a painting of Syd Barrett. And I think he sold the Hendrix photo to our good friend Erica, or the painting, I should say. But these are available on his website. You know, he's got the Valscapes, he's got the Gycons, and he'll do custom work for you if you ask. But just go look. Just go look at the fucking Prince and the Bowie. I mean, and just go, dude, you got to be fucking kidding me. I mean, it's just, I don't understand how anyone could have that sort of talent. I couldn't do it, and neither can you. So why not buy it from the guy who can? Go to artbydmh.com, artbydmh.com. That's where Dave is, and you can get that and have fun. Our friend Ryan Dirks does all of the web stuff for this show. I don't know if his Kickstarter's still running, man. Let's double. Should I pull that up now, or should I do it on the other side? What do you think? I'll do it on the other side because I can't fucking open Windows here. But Ryan Dirks is our great web guy, and he's really cool. And his wife built some shoes, and she's got a Kickstarter. And if you want to give her a dime or two, go right ahead. That'd be great. We'd appreciate it. So would she. Lily Von Stupp is the producer of this show. She has several different Twitter accounts you can follow her. First of all, go to facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp and marvel at her fighting with ghosts about feminism. And then go to twitter.com/Lily Von Stupp, twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest, twitter.com/MNTs, or twitter.com/BoobDini. If you want to get all the latest updates on Vagic, you want to follow BoobDini. I know I do. Do I follow BoobDini? I may not. I don't know if I do. I should look into it. I'll tell you what. Right now, I'm going to hang up because I've called you. I'm on a fucking phone, and I've called you, and I will go right now, and I will follow BoobDini. But if you would like to write Lily a personal note and use vaguely coded racist language to try to bait her into a fight that she will avoid, you can write her at Lily at burlesque41.com. That's, no, 411.com. I think I lost the one there, didn't I? Lily at burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com.
Mike Schmidt, now he's a man with the Joe business page you can donate to. Or you can download every episode, that would be really cool. Go buy some stuff through our Amazon link, get free music and beats. Try starting a game called the Mystery Shirts. Punch a car, find a chair and catch some Z's.
Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Teas every Monday night at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. You thought I was going to say Claus, didn't you? Haha, that was at the North Pole. Lily will do it. I tell you what, if you got a venue at the North Pole, there's a lot of horny midgets up there who want to put their fingers up some girl's skirt.
Why are there midgets at the North Pole?
Because they're making toys.
Those are elves, not midgets.
Fuck them.
Oh my god, you don't
Whatever.
even know what you're...
I don't give a fuck. Look, I get, hey, dwarves, elves, midgets, whatever the fuck you are, you still need a stepladder to turn on the lights. So get the fuck out of my face.
You're a terrible person.
What are you talking about? I'm friendly. I'm a nice guy. I'm such a nice guy. Now let me ask you this.
Yes.
Gunman shows up at the North Pole.
Yes.
You got to be in the first 20 midgets he shoots. He misses because they're all short. Boom, the first 20 take him down. Not even worry about kids. Even though I guess kids are midget size. I just ruined my own theory.
You ruined your whole theory.
I just said that. Yeah, that I did. It's dark now. We're doing a show in the dark.
I didn't even get up that time.
Nope, she reached. She did a little lean and a reach. Little lean and reach. Little reach around. I got a reach around from Lily
Not
right
at
then.
all.
Yes, I did.
You gotta reach across.
But yeah, but I don't want to reach around from you because that means you're pegging me, man. That means you're fucking, you're vag deep in me. Ugh, not good.
Strap on.
Strap on. Strap off. Strap on. The strapper.
Thank you.
Sure, I had to add the ending.
Get the last one in.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
This is why I don't have a mic.
Look, you've got me pegged. So she, the Monday Night Teas is at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa
Yes.
Monica every month, and it's back.
It is.
We were dark all through June, no longer dark, friends. We just had a show on the 4th of July, and I say we as the royal we because my friend Lily had it while I was out driving strangers to and fro. How was the show last night, Lily?
Honestly? Oh, shit.
This is the hard part.
It was good.
I don't think you needed to, well, maybe you do. It was good. And what kind of performers did we have last night?
I had sideshow performers. I had the Right Reverend Tommy Gunn, who was in town from Freak Show Deluxe. I had Mistress Kali out of Seattle, who runs the Great Southern Hootenanny. I think that's wrong. And Storyville Rising, and she does a lot of sideshow and cool stuff like that. So we had piercings and lifting of cinder blocks with nipples. We had all sorts of fantastic, amazing stuff, plus burlesque.
Yeah, you told me you had that thing where the guy lifted a fucking cinder block with his cock.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, no thanks. I'm out. Completely out. And it's not even about cock at that point. It's just about endurance. Not a fan. I don't want to watch that. I don't want to see you fucking tricking anybody with your bullshit. Put your cock away, and if you're going to keep it out... Well, oh, you got something to say?
Tricking them with his bullshit?
Yeah.
He linked a chain to a cinder block and then hooked it to the piercing in his cock and then stood up and lifted it off the ground. There was no trickery. There's no tomfoolery. That is physical endurance. Same thing with the nipples. It's laying on the glass. I pulled a 6-inch nail out of his nose with my teeth last night. It's physical sideshow awesomeness.
Fuck all that. So... again, here's the deal. I don't know what this says, all right? Because you like me, right? You think I'm funny?
Yes.
You like the show?
Yes.
And you like that kind of bullshit. Like, why? How do I fucking make that work together? How do I reach that point in my head where I just go, well, all right, I guess I'm that nonsense. I'm as bad as nipples in a rock.
I like both penises and vagina as well. I am a fan of all things. I can like one thing that is different than another and still appreciate both equally.
So am I supposed to snatch the pebble from your hand now, fucking wing shoe?
You.
With your kung fu nonsense? All right, well, that's good. You are multifaceted. You are many things to all people. So good for you. So you do. Sometimes you're like a rock and a cock. Sometimes you're like a guy yamming on a fucking chair. I mean, sometimes I can make fuckity fuck, whatever I said about my hand earlier. I don't even know what that was. But yeah, all right, so good. But I hear you like that, and I don't know why anybody would like that. And when that Jim Rose thing was flying around, and it was, the blockheads and all that kind of bullshit, man. I gotta be honest, when I saw your sword swallower at the fucking Tease anniversary show, whatever, last year, it just, I guess I admire it, and I totally get it. But he did this fucking thing at the end where because he spit all over the fucking sword, or he licked it or whatever, and then he put it in his throat and he made that noise, and then he pulled it out, and he had the strand of spit, and he figured it out with his finger, and I'm just like, dude, that's fucking horrible, man. That's just weird prison bullshit.
Spit on a vagina.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Put a sword in one too. But I don't. Where's the equation to that? Putting a cold metal sharp object into your belly and then me fucking going out on somebody. Fuck that. Pussy's a miracle.
Spit. It's just spit.
No, I love, dude. Hey, no, I love spit. I'm all over spit. Okay, I'm a big fan. That's a thing, and I don't mind. You tell me where to spit, and it's happening. I will drool. I will do whatever you need me to do. I'll bite you. Let's do this. Yeah, and I want to be bitten. Let's go ahead and throw that out there. Everybody knows. So, fucking, but that's different, man. That's just a dude in a suit fucking drooling on himself and then lifting shit up with his cock. I don't get it. I'm not a fan. that stuff is just silly. And
So
I
when
don't.
you put a needle in here and out here,
No, that's fucking dumb, man. You're fucking, because that's just,
you
all that
can't
is.
do it.
Yeah, because who wants to? Who fucking wants
I
to?
find it fascinating.
Well, good. Yeah, you know what? There were geeks who bit heads off fucking chickens and alligator boys, too, and those guys fucking got put in a tent and driven from town to town and laughed at, too. These motherfuckers. Dude, cinder blocks for building.
They don't get laughed at.
If God wanted you to fucking lift a cinder block up with your cock, he would have shaped it like a trowel. So fuck off. Don't like it. Don't like it. Write a fucking joke or a blog post or a story or do something learn how to play a fucking zither or a kazoo. Anything. This dumb shit where you're strapping shit to your nipples and spinning it the fuck around. Get the fuck out of here. I don't like it.
So wrong.
No. And you know what? This is, by the way, if it's a woman, I'm on board. I'm totally
You're
don't
such
care.
a dick.
Guys, I just don't want to see it. But if a lady wants to put stuff on her nipples, then fucking I'm all.
You're a dick.
All right. But it's like when you go to the strip club and they do nonsense. I told you that. I've talked about that on here. When I went to Vegas and the fucking stripper came out with like a fire. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? Why would you ever? Who cares? You got tits and a vagina? Boom. I'm in. You've hooked me in. This is a story I'm going to watch till the end. I didn't need you to add danger. There's no reason to have the element of fucking fire and spinning, and it's like those girls who climb the fucking pole, and it's impressive to watch. But I don't know. I mean, if you're at a strip club to watch it as some sort of feat of athletic strength, then good for you. But I mean, if you go to a strip club, aren't you kind of there to just kind of get fucking ground upon? Right?
You are.
Not anymore. I haven't been in fucking 30 years.
But the point is, other people are allowed to like things you don't like.
Nope. Absolutely not. I'm the authority on what you should and should not like. All right, so the tease went well. It was good on the 4th, other than this fucking horrible bullshit. Good. I'm glad. So this week is the 11th. There's a show that night. Who's going to be there, Lily?
Rod the Balloon Guy's hosting. I know Heather Henderson's there. God, I can't remember anybody else off the top of my head.
So many amazing people on the 11th. And if you want to, you can, like I said, follow it on Monday Night Tees, twitter.com/Monday Night Tees or MNTees. Go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/Monday Night Tees, and you will find out about the acts that are coming, the acts that are going, and always too soon.
And Dirty Birdie Story Hour is before it.
And Dirty Birdie Story Hour is that week, so that's going to be fun.
And then the following week, something's happening. What is
Well,
that?
I don't know if you know this, but I have a friend who has a venue on Monday nights, and she was looking for a way to fill the early window. And I'm all about filling the early window with my trawl-shaped cock. So let's fill an early window with 2020 on July 18th. And it's an amazing show. It's going to be me. I'll be there. And the very talented Kate Willett will be joining us. And my good friend Paul Goebel, the king of television, will be there doing a stand-up set. Paul Goebel texted me, and we were talking about him doing the show. And he's like, I'm excited to do it. Now I've got to find a 20-minute act. And I wrote, well, you're out.
You know what he should do?
But
Lift a cinder block with his cock.
he should talk about it for 19 minutes and then try it for a minute and then just storm off in a huff. So Kate Willett, Paul Goebel, me, Mike Schmidt, at 2020, July 18th. Tickets available now at goldstar.com for only $5. Tickets also available at brownpapertickets.com for, I think, $7 or $15. I don't fucking know. And what are they at the door?
100.
$100 at the door. Actually, I think it's like 15 at the door, right?
12.
12 at the door. So, but get them now for $5, man. Why not? Come on out and see Kate Willett, see me, and see our friend Paul Goebel. I don't know what I'm doing just yet. I don't know what they're doing. Who knows? It's a mystery. Come out and check it out. But I can tell you that 2020 has done it again. Why not? So that show is July 18th. Very funny people. Kate Willett, Paul Goebel, me, Mike Schmidt at 2020. Go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com. We got all sorts of cool. You know, I want to talk about this now. Do me a favor, if you're still listening, you have to hear what I have to say at the end of the show. All right, good. It's nothing important. Well, it is important, but it's like I feel shitty, like I'm giving it short shrift because I was going to talk about it earlier, and then I got fucking rampaging through whatever the fuck we did in China and Sandy Hook and whatever the fuck. All that pleasant stuff that you talk about in a comedy show. But stick around because I don't know if anybody tunes out the plugs or if they listen all the way to the end because I try to make them interesting but even though they're kind of the same thing, and then everybody's like, ugh. But I mean, just listen to the end. It's a nice thing I've got to say. It's not really nice. It's nothing. It's not an announcement or anything. Fucking who cares? All right, go away. Don't even listen to this. Go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com. Go to the Joe Business page. First of all, go to that Rocky with a blog page and read that. That's a fucking great piece of writing from 2007. And then if you go to the Joe Business page, we got all sorts of cool stuff for sale. We've got the Yurt Dirt Dirt shirts. We've got some mystery shirts. I think there's just one left, maybe two. We have, what is it we have? How many do I have? We have two. We have two mystery shirts left. We've got, of course, the download sets. We've got year 1 through year 7 available. I have not sold a year 8 because I've not offered it just yet because I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do because I do not have a host yet for my audio stuff. You hear that, Mike? Please bear with me. I know I have to send you a replacement set 4, and I will as soon as I can. But I cannot find a host. It's just bizarre. I wanted to go to Dropbox, but it turned out with whatever. I'm trying to get my money back from Hightail. Who cares? So if you want to buy the download sets, please do. If you want to buy the live stuff, the Schmidt Comes Alive, Schmidt Alive 2, and Stop Making Schmidt, those are available now. And there's audio, video, Boogie with a Suitcase. Ridiculous. So that's all available now. And you can donate to the show if you just want to donate dough, which is pretty cool. Thank you. You can subscribe to the show monthly. Give it $5 a month, $10 a month, $25 a month. Thank you. There's a donation button right there. And also more importantly, it's cool that you buy things by CD. All of those things are there. Someday I'll have another CD. But most importantly is our Amazon link, folks, because that helps the show immensely. I can't even explain to you how much. So when you use that to buy things, you help the show. Amazon gets money, you get stuff, and we get a taste. We're like the little middleman there. We're perfect. We're like a little pimp. Amazon is like a 13-year-old blonde fresh off the bus who just showed up in Hollywood, and we walked up and said, "Hey, how you doing?" And we introduced her to you. You guys went up to a hotel, and then we walked away counting our cash. Worked out great. So you guys, that's probably a bad analogy for Amazon. I just endorsed underage prostitution, I think, possibly.
Possibly.
I don't know if that's available on Amazon, but they got fucking everything else. So go ahead and look.
Possibly.
So please use our Amazon link that is available on the Mike Schmidt Joe Business page, MikeSchmidtComedy.com. Click on through to the other side and buy all sorts of Doors albums and underage prostitution. All right, so that's available at Amazon right now. Go ahead and pick it up now. Now, I'll wait. Now. So that's good. So that stuff's out there. 2020. And you know what? Here's the thing, the driving stuff, guys. I consider this show to be sponsored by MileIQ.com. We've had people who've signed up and used it, and I get cool stuff from MileIQ. Go to MileIQ.com/invite/HFVHB, and that's all caps on the HFVHB. MileIQ.com/invite/HFVHB, and they're running a promotion now. If you use my code, you get 20% off. I get $25 reward, and we all get to keep track of our mileage, and our tax guys pat us on the head nicely at the end of the year and go, "Good boy." And that's all we're really looking for, right? Go to Uber.com and use my code to become a driver. DJZW1YTTUE. That's DJZW1YTTUE. DJZW1YTTUE. Become an Uber driver. Get me some money. Get you some money. Give people some rides. Go to Lyft.com and use my code Mike720057 MIKE. That's all caps. Mike MIKE 720057. Become a Lyft driver. And I will tell you, the incentives and the rewards are not really up to par with Uber's, because Uber is fucking taking over the planet and just got $4 billion from fucking Saudi Arabia. But Lyft is the little rideshare company that could fuck you just as bad as Uber if they tried. So go ahead and drive for those guys. Drive for all of them. Just make as much money as you possibly can. Here's an interesting fact I'll let you guys know about me. I bought my new Toyota Camry Hybrid in April. We've all heard about that as I made the trek back to California with it. And because I purchased it in America's Dairyland. Here's a fun fact. I've put $7,000. Oops. Here's a fun fact. I've put 7,000 miles on my car since April. We are now in July. So, I got here, mid-April, probably? And so mid-April, mid-May, mid-June, so about almost 3 months, I've put 7,000 miles on my car. Uber.com, DJZW1YTTUE. Lyft.com, use the Mike, MIKE 720057. And MileIQ.com. Believe me, I'm getting a lot of fucking mileage out of that MileIQ.com link. MileIQ.com/invite/HFVHB. That's Horatio, Fred, Victor, Hannah, blowjob. I'm not sure if that is the actual. I should do that for the Uber one too. All right, I'll think of it later. But all that's available, so go drive and do cool things. Now, I want to say this because I should have said this earlier in the show, and I meant to talk about it, and I got fucking sidetracked. And you know what? I actually will talk. Maybe I'll talk about it next week because there's a whole story. I was there for a while, but mostly what I want to tell you is my great friend Derek Leitner, who has been behind this show from day one. I think he even listened to Never Not Funny. Well, Derek Leitner is a listener to the show and a very good guy, and he has seen me live 9 times. Him and Ed Rooney came to the show 9 times. He's come to see me in different cities. He's always traveled, and first he came alone, and then he was bringing. Then he now has a fiance named Mara, the lovely Mara Magarosi. Who gives a fuck? Because now it's Mara Leitner. That's right. They got married in Las Vegas 2 weeks ago. Last week's show was already kind of done because I was traveling, so I had recorded the Kuwait show a little early, so I did not get to talk about Derek. And then this show got away from me, and I did not get to talk about Derek. So next week, I'll delve into that a little bit to tell you about my trip to Vegas. But I will tell you that I want to congratulate Derek, who's a fantastic supporter of this show. Everything we've ever had, he's bought. He's donated money. He's come to see me live. And then he invited me to his wedding. It was out of the blue. Like, he asked us to go. And Jill and I wound up going to Vegas and had an amazing time at the wedding. It was an outdoor affair in Vegas in June. It was literally, I'm not even joking. It was at like 10:30 in the morning. It was 94 degrees when we parked to get out. And we walked up, and there was a small affair. It was very nice. He had family come in and friends because he's from Detroit. So he had all these people come in, and she had people from her side. But it wasn't like a really big, huge production, but it was nice. And it was in a courtyard area. And they had, the fucking wraps in the trees, and there were Christmas lights and stuff, but it was daytime, so it was just... But we walked up, and I unbelievably, back row, because as you know, I'm a back row guy, and the back row was empty, and it was in the shade. Like, there were people sitting in the middle, and I guess, I don't know, to watch the wedding closer. Again, folks, if Sandy Hook shows up at that wedding, I'm going to survive, I'll tell you that. So I sit in the back fucking row, and Jill and I sit down, and it's scorching hot. And we kept moving over into the shade as the sun rose, and then they had the ceremony. It was beautiful. I mean, it was just a great time. And I want to thank Derek for all of his support, but thank Derek and Mara and congratulate them here for their wedding. I know they're going to be happy. It's funny to see them together, because Derek was a guy when I first met him. He was a little soft-spoken guy. He probably still is. And Mara is Mara. I don't want to fuck it up. Could be either or. But regardless, Mrs. Leitner, I would go that route. She's fun and she's brash and she speaks her mind. So I think Derek sees a lot of that in her, and that's one of the things he loves about her most, is that she's willing to express herself in such a fashion. When you're with people like that, you see them do it and you kind of shake your head because you go, I could never do that like that. But that's the thing you love most about them, is because they are so different from you, and yet you are so attracted to that difference. It keeps you coming back for more, and that's how he and Mara grew together. And I saw them through their relationship when they met, and I saw them become fiancé and engaged, and then I saw them married. It was a very lucky time for me, and I was so honored to be invited to a function where I didn't know anybody. I mean, literally Jill and I knew nobody there. So we go into after the wedding, they had he had to wait while everybody leaves, and there was a flower girl throwing roses, all that. It was just fun. It was really neat. And then they had. They didn't have a traditional, they had a breakfast, like an omelet breakfast, all that at station. And so we went in to eat, and I sit down, I don't know a fucking soul. So we go to sit down, and these two people come up. One guy looked like John Cougar. He literally, I thought he looked like John Mellencamp to me. And I told Jill that. She's like, old or young John Mellencamp? I go, make your own decision. I don't know. He's just there. And then he had his girlfriend, I don't know if it was his wife, and she was a teacher, and they were very nice. So I introduced myself to everybody at the table. And I introduced myself to her, and she goes, are you a comedian? I said, I am. She goes, Derek will not stop talking about you. I said, oh, well, I mean, that's nice, I guess. I mean, that's cool. I mean, I like Derek a lot. And she's like, yeah, no, he really likes you. Like And then his brother-in-law, his brother-in-law was there, and he had brought him to see me live. So that's another guy. I'm waiting for the restroom. His little son was in there by himself, so he was guarding the door. And I introduced myself to him, and he goes, you're Mike the comedian. And he goes, I saw you in Chicago. And I was like, oh, okay, great. And I go, was I any good? And he's like, you were great, thank you. And he was very pleasant. And I said, because his son was really cool. His son stopped to talk to me and Jill. And he answered questions like a little man. He had a little tie on and stuff. And he reminded me of fucking Little Gump, but not like off. Just that little smart guy who talked like this, and he answered his questions, and he was very nice, and he protected his sister. His sister was throwing the rose petals, and she started to veer off, kind of, because she was trying to do three things at once: walk and stay on the sidewalk and throw the rose petals. And she started to kind of veer off into the grass, and he steadied her. He grabbed her by the shoulder and straightened her out. It was fucking awesome, yeah. So I want to thank Derek and Mara for inviting us to the wedding and having us there, and we had a lovely time. And I'll talk more about Vegas next week and go into that, but it was really fantastic to be, and it goes to what I say about the show. I mean, I've said names all throughout this fucking show of people who listen and who contact me, and we had another thing this week. People are rabid and they want to see me succeed, and so they're rooting for me and stuff like that. So there are people who've tried to get me on other shows, and they've written people and stuff. And Joe Rogan is a show that people have been trying to get me on for a long time, and I don't have any traction there whatsoever. I don't know Brian Redband. I don't know anybody there. I don't know anybody who can get me booked. I can't get into Joe's inner circle. I want to. I'd love to, but there's a funny story. I know some guys who had a show, and they may have talked about it on their show, but I don't want to. It's not my story, so I don't want to give too much of it away. But they were trying to get a guy on their show, And so they had their publicist reach out, and literally his manager, the guy's manager, answered the phone, and they said, hey, we were thinking about possibly having you be a guest on our podcast. He goes, we're walking into Joe Rogan now. They get 1 million downloads a week. And he hangs up. That story may have been told on another show by another person, but I don't want to gank it. It's not my story, so I don't want to give any names. But so that's Joe's show. Joe's show's a giant, and he does 4 hours a fucking day. You know what I mean? He's got the whole crew and all that stuff. So I'd love to get involved in that. So all of a sudden, the other day, I start getting Twitter followers. And I hadn't tweeted, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And then people write me on Facebook, and they're just like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I was so excited. And I still don't know what the fuck's going on. So it turns out Monday, Joe Rogan has a guy named Mike Schmidt on his show. Now, I don't know if it's a comic. I don't know what the fuck this guy does. All I know is he's not as fucking funny as me. And I know that he fooled the fuck out of all of our listeners, because then people wrote it on my Facebook page, people wrote it on Twitter, and I'm getting all these Twitter followers and people writing me on Twitter and going, hey man, great job on Joe Rogan. And I'm like, dude, it wasn't me, motherfucker. I'll tell you what, if it was me, you'd know, because you'd be like, holy shit, great job on Joe Rogan, motherfucker. Because I would love to get in there. And now part of me, like, I keep thinking of angles. Like, now I want to write Joe and go, hey, you already had a Mike Schmidt on. Why don't you have another Mike Schmidt on like another week later and fool the fuck out of everybody? It'll be great. Like, I'm not even pitching my talent anymore. I'm just trying to get myself in there in some fucking weird anomaly with the goddamn names. So here's the thing. I don't know if this Mike Schmidt is a comedian or like a scientist. Like, I don't know. Fucking Joe's got such a wide spectrum of guests. And I've talked about it on here before. I know there are like 2 more comedians named Mike Schmidt out there. One is working in the Midwest and one is here in LA, because his name has started turning up on flyers and people are tagging me on Facebook thinking I'm him. And I'm like, well, as much as I'd love to do your bullshit show in a garage somewhere, and look, I know I have to do those fucking things. I'm not shitting on them in their goddamn show, but I get tagged in it and I'm like, I'm not this Mike Schmidt. I mean, it's great, but I mean, I think I found him and I looked at him. I don't look anything like this fucking guy. So if you know him, how the fuck would you go ahead and find him? And did you find him on the phone?
I found the description of the podcast.
Oh, okay, let's hear it. I want to hear what it was.
Before becoming a door guy at the Comedy Store, Mike Schmidt worked for 10 years as a criminal defense attorney in Wisconsin.
This is the Mike Schmidt I'm getting tagged in on Facebook. So that dude is a door guy at the Comedy Store where Rogan hangs out and performs, and he gets on the fucking podcast. I've been doing this show for 9 fucking years. All I had to do was be a bouncer again to get on Joe's show. And look, Mike Schmidt might be very funny. I don't know anything about him. I've never met him, and I probably never will, because let's face it, I'm never going to be accepted back into the comedy world after this fucking thing gets out. What, you got something?
This is awful.
Isn't it crazy? Like, I literally been doing this. I've been trying to get on there, and then another Mike Schmidt comedian gets on there and beats me out. And then even worse, I'm sure he's great. So then people are writing me on Facebook, and I'm getting his fucking accolades, and people are writing me on Twitter and going, hey, great job on Rogan. I'm like, fuck, it wasn't me, goddammit. It should have been. Sure the fuck should have been. Dude, because I had all these, literally in my head, I was like trying to pitch myself as a guest to Rogan, because I've been turned down now by bigger shows. I think I've talked about that on here. Like, I pitched myself to a couple of big shows, and they were like, you're not a name. Like, we can't do it. Which made me laugh, because I wanted to go, these are these individual bite-sized radio shows, but I guess they're all slaves to the people that they got to fucking sponsor or whatever the fuck. You know, I mean, if the Mile IQ people came to me and they said, hey man, you got to pick it up, you got to give Lily a mic, we'd have to get Lily a mic, right? I can't chance the fucking Mile IQ people bailing on me and not fucking sponsoring the goddamn show anymore that they don't really sponsor. That would be fucking atrocious. What if Uber came up and said, we're going to revoke your code unless Lily performs topless every week? And I'd be like, fuck, I don't know, all right. I mean, I guess you could probably do that, I guess. You want to hook people in, get them halfway through a recipe and cut your fucking show in half. That's it. Do an hour about stew and then bail, get on a plane, and then come back and revisit it 2 days later, because that's the most important stew in the universe. Was there noodles or rice involved? Stay tuned!
Bring the beat back.
Bring that beat back. Here is your soup.